Let's go. Let's go. So I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time out and joining us tonight. Think we got it. Cool. So we live. Excuse me. So real quick, I want to apologize to everybody that was waiting or trying to see us on Facebook. For some reason, StreamYard, the software, disconnected the connection for Facebook. So I'm only able to go live on Instagram and YouTube right now. So again, I apologize because I know I did a few days ago put the notice up saying that I would be live on Facebook. So I'm just going to rock out right here for now. With that being said, Thursday night, number 71. Appreciate everybody taking the time out to join us and catch us everywhere on all platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, which you're probably watching us now. Everything is Real Bread Life. Everywhere is Real Bread Life, except for TikTok is Breadville. But if you search Bread Life, Real Bread Life on TikTok, Breadville will pop up. So with that being said, that's where you can catch us. That's where you can see us. Everything else is the same handle. Again, it's Real Bread Life. Either you could put the bread and life together or separate it, it will pop up. And the website as well is realbreadlife.com. So everywhere is Real Bread Life. Give my peoples a couple minutes, see if they get in here. If not, I'm gonna just move forward with the regularly scheduled programming, which would be questions and statements from this week's Facebook group posts. Every day in the Facebook group, I've consistently been putting up some different questions or just conversation, discussion statements. So to get the feedback and the back and forth, and just find out what's on people's minds and what needs to be addressed. And we'll talk about a few of those things today, as well as a couple other things that have been going on out in different territories in my region, where I'm located. And I'll take any questions or comments from anybody else. Carolina, what's going on, good brother? I see you in the room. Everything's been pretty good, actually. Business has been steady, picked up pretty heavy last week. I unexpectedly got hit pretty hard for a lot of hots and hams in my area. Didn't expect it. What we're expecting this weekend, because it is the Father's Day weekend, and traditionally it's never been looked at as a heavy volume type weekend, but from what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing from everybody is to prepare for it. So I went kind of heavy with the hots and hams. I'm going to see how this goes. We've been kind of shaky with the weather. It's been unpredictable to say the least, as far as the rain and the sun. Really, really warm up here right now in the Northeast. It's been some great weather, but it's been great weather Monday through Friday. Every weekend has been rain. It's spotty in some spots. There's some places, 40 to 50% chance of rain, but it has been raining. Hasn't really stopped the people. They've been buying, and it was the beginning of the month last week, so that may have something to do with it. I don't think it changes much this weekend. I'm gonna roll. I've rolled the dice with my orders pretty heavy, and we'll see how it goes. I'm anticipating that this is going to be a good weekend, and we speak it into existence, and hopefully it goes that route. Um, yeah, you're right, Carolina. Said Mother's Day has traditionally been bigger than Father's Day. You know, yeah, I see. Yep, you guys been dealing with the same thing too. That bad weather. So I just had one of my good friends was up here from in South Carolina, and so he was telling me it's pretty much been the same thing up and down, back and forth with this weather, and the whole East Coast is just so unpredictable. But we're not gonna let that stop us. We're gonna stay positive, and we're gonna anticipate this good weather. Carrie, what's going on? Thanks for joining over there on the Instagram. I see you over there. So, a couple of the things that um, what I had put in the group, and one of the things was I had asked a question and just kind of posed this question to the people. If you had, hold on a second. And let me see, what was the question? If you were starting over and you had $10,000 more in your budget, what would you invest in first? You know what I mean? So that could be anything, and that was just a question that I had posed in the group. If you had a extra 10,000 and you were going back to when you originally started out in the business, or whatever, if whatever business vending you're in, what would you do first or differently with that money? Would it still be the bread? Would it still be the chips? Would it be the cookies? Would you, have bought a bigger route, went to a different territory? With 10 stacks, you could probably, go to a different area. So it was just one of the questions, and got a little bit different feedback. So I'll leave that and let that marinate. One of the other questions was, how did you evaluate which route to buy and what factors were most important? And I like to thank Brian and um uh hold on a second. Um Taylor. I'm sorry about that, Taylor. Taylor and Brian for responding to that. And they both had good feedback. So there's a lot of different factors. And one of the main things was that came into play, which comes into play, I'm sorry, and which was mentioned was where it's located, the distance you got to drive, whether it's from um, the depot or the warehouse where you're picking up the product in the area that you're servicing, because no one really wants to drive an hour to load a truck to go, drive for a few hours to make deliveries. So where the route is located in the warehouse or depot you're going to be dealing with plays a major part in what's going to be some of the deciding factors in what route you purchase. So again, I want to thank them for giving that feedback. Also, of course, it's going to be how much money you're going to be making. What is the return on the investment, and is that return going to be significant enough for you to either flip the route if that's what your intention is, or to generate enough money to buy another route, or have someone work it eventually and still be able to, eat off of it, so to say. So a lot of those things come into play. You want to be able to look down the road a little, and you don't want to be living paycheck to paycheck with a route. And if you're struggling with it, maybe some reevaluation may be necessary. So you should really look at those factors when you decide before you decide to buy. You know, um, so that was another question. One of the other ones was, what's your strategy for dealing with difficult store managers or customers? And we all run into these things in the stores. If you're in this business, you are not going to get by without dealing with customers, because you're in the aisles, you're in the stores, and store managers, because you have to deal with them to be in the stores one way or the other. There's no way around it. So, what was one of the answers was, don't talk money. You never talk money. And that's a good answer. My experience personally is, I just want to get the business done. That's my main objective whenever I'm in the store. When I'm dealing with the store managers, I want to get the business done. I'm there for the business. I'm trying to get in and get out, and I want my bread on the shelf. I want it to look presentable, and I want to make some sales. So, however I got to deal with that manager where we can have a mutual respect and understanding that we're both there for the business, that's what I'm there for. That's what I want to do. That's the ultimate goal. As far as the customers go, it goes a couple different ways. Same thing with the respect. I don't I don't want to be in their way, and I don't want them to be in my way. They're shopping, I'm working. So we have to share that space. The common courtesy for me is I stop and move if necessary if someone needs to get in. I'm always first to say, do you need to get in here? Am I blocking something you need to see? I don't mind moving my stack of bread from one side of the aisle to the other to let someone in. Again, most people are shopping. They come in with the mindset, they know what they're looking for, and they want to get in, they want to get out. And for the most part, they're respectable. And I try to be the same way with them. Now, you do get some people that feel like you're in their way. It happens. The best thing I could say to that is you just have to deal with it. What I've always been told is it's the cost of doing business. As long as there's mutual respect somewhere, they some people are having a bad day. I could be having that bad day. They would never know it. I'm not going to let them. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to let them know it. So the business, back to the main objective is the business. We got to get the business done. So as long as we're able to get the business done, that's all that matters. I don't want to sound brash, but I don't care how their day is going. I don't got nothing to do with that. And it may sound mean, but just understand I got to get the business done. I don't want to stop them and I don't want them to stop me. I don't want to slow them down. I don't want to, I don't want to be slowed down. I don't want to slow them down, So that's just all I can say to that. But at the end of the day, we're there for the customer. People always say, oh, I don't want to mess this up. No, no, no. I put this there for you, is what I tell them. I put it on the shelf. It's for you to take. I always make people laugh because I tell them, I brought it for you. I was waiting for you. Little things like that break the ice, make people smile, and they keep it moving. You know what I mean? So the other thing when it comes to customers, and sometimes I'm on the phone with my niece when I'm talking to her, and I've been on the phone with people and they've heard me say this. People come in and I talked about this before and just say, can you give me that? And I'm like, I just look, what? Give you what? What? No, that right there. What about it? And then they say, well, could you yeah. Can you say please? And then now there we can move on from there. So you'd be surprised. Some people just don't have manners. And it's all right. I don't mind teaching. So it's not a problem. Someone taught me when I was younger. I don't mind teaching people. That's what we're here for. We could all work together. So and that was pretty much, a couple of the questions from the group earlier this week. I appreciate all you guys with the feedback. Thank you so much for participating in the group. I'm gonna continue to post some things and keep that going as much as I can. The other thing I wanted to talk about was I put a post up in the group as well, talking about the Pepperidge Farm in relation to stores closing, about 100 stores closing out of their 5,000 or 500 Walmart stores, whatever it was. There was a thing where they were talking about service being bad in a few different Walmarts throughout the country and some in this area. And there was a post going around in different groups and amongst different bread route people. And some of them even asked, is this real? Is this serious? We don't believe it. It's, AI, and this is just a fake chain letter. Well, I'm going to let you know it's not fake. I spoke with a guy today that told me that the Pepperidge guy in one of his stores was asked not to come back. for poor service. So it is official. So what we do know on this side is there's someone that has been removed from one store for poor service. So see where that goes. Jay Moore, what's going on, good brother? Except for you guys, Memorial Day had crappy weather. Mother's Day was much better out there in Denver. Yes. Yeah, that's the sentiment. That's what we're getting from a lot of different areas. So you out there in the Midwest. We got Carolina, which is down in the Carolinas, and I'm up here in the Northeast. So we're hoping for a better turnout for Daddy's Day. You know, shout out to all the fathers out there. Shout out to all the moms out there. Shout out to everybody who's taking care of the kids. Keep doing what you're doing. Those are the people that are going to take care of us eventually one day. I mean, that's what they tell me. We'll see how that goes. we got we got to look out for our future caregivers, right? So, but yeah, back to the poor service in the stores and people being put out the stores. I also heard that there's a different underlying plan in that, as far as why they're targeting those individuals. But what I did have a discussion with earlier today with my partner, we were talking about the barcode, the digital barcodes that they just installed in all of the Walmarts, and that is for the um, the store the store pickers like that come through and pick the product, because everything is going more or less the online shopping, and for them to track the product, find the product, and when things are out of place, it's harder for them to move through the store efficiently in the time frame that they've been allotted to uh, gather those orders and get them out to the cars and the people that are online shopping and waiting outside for the store pickup outside. So that has a lot to do with it as we move more into the digital space of shopping and servicing people. They are cracking down, if that's the words to use, on things not being where they should be, and the time frames of us getting in and out the stores. They don't want that. They want us in, they want us out, they want the stuff on the shelves, they want to be prepared, they want to be able to get this product out as fast as possible. So they're kind of not really playing with people anymore. TaylorMade, I see you over there on the Instagram. Let me know if you got that. If that stuff arrived, just shoot me a message on or email me and let me know. So I think that as we get, as we just, time keeps going on. I mean, we're getting into the second quarter of the year, and I think it's only going to move more into they're tightening up with this digital thing, as far as the Walmart is concerned. And I don't know when or how your other box stores, your Costco's, your Sam's Clubs, your BJ's, if they're going to start moving in that manner. I would love to see how they would do it, because they have a hard enough time as it is trying to navigate the spaces that they have. Jay Moore, poor service is amongst all the vendors out here. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if people just tired or what. Yeah. Well, everyone doesn't treat it the same. That's all I can say. It's not even that they're tired, Jay. What it is um excuse me. I had this conversation with somebody. What's happening is when you get into this business, there's a dynamic where you get in early, you get out early. What's happening is people are trying to get out early, or like they don't even want to work anymore. It's like who could get back to the depot or get home the fastest, and they're not servicing the stores properly. If you're not gonna service the store properly, you're not gonna do the business, sell it and let someone else get a chance or get a shot. There are a lot of people out there that are trying to get into this business. And for some people to be half-assing it, it's just terrible. Cut it out. Just stop. Don't do it. Why? Why are you out here if you don't want to be? No one is forcing you to. You signed up for it. Unsign. Sell it. I know people that just walked away. Leave. Don't do it. And again, it's your money. You put it up. Why wouldn't you want to protect your investment or get a serious return on your investment? I don't know. So that's all. I just again, I just want people to win, man. I want everybody to win. So give me 1 second. I'm over here on over here on Instagram. So I'm trying to navigate between the two. So my Bimbo guy at Sam's Club said he's not doing any second or third hits this bun season. It's a good opportunity for me, but I'm wondering about their motivation. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's it's a low morale thing out there. What I say is what you just said, Jay Moore. Thanks. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being lazy. It allows me to make a little more and to be on top. You know, let me win. You want to lose? I'm not going to stop you. The other thing is people don't want to do displays. They don't want to do hutches. They don't want to fill the end caps. They feel like it's too much work. Is it too much work to make a little more money? So I don't know. I would say I'm confused, but I'm not. I understand. Um, so they'll figure it out. But yeah, hopefully we have a good weekend. We're moving into this good weather, and hope it goes good. The other thing I wanted to just bring up is for those that don't know, if you're dealing with Beambo and you're looking to buy a route, the criteria, we talked about this before, just want to rehash it, has changed. You no longer have to be incorporated. You can go back to creating an LLC, and you don't have to be incorporated. You can create an LLC and do it that way, because the articles of incorporation and the things that go with being incorporated are a little more detailed. And I don't want people to be confused when they start looking at the paperwork and begin the process of acquiring their route. They get stumped on a few questions and requirements. So some of it you can bypass because it doesn't apply anymore. It's just in the contract language still. So and some of this doesn't even apply to what we're talking about. Those that are in the process of buying a route know what I'm talking about. So if you have any questions, you can give us a call. Email us, and then we'll set some up and we'll help you out. So the reason I'm saying that is because somebody that's going through the process was just, we just had a call today and we talked about that. And, that was some of the last things they were doing before turning their packet in, so to say. Carolina said, it sounds like Denver is a gold mine. I couldn't imagine owning a bread route and not refilling my buns during cookout season, knowing they're empty. My conscience wouldn't let me. No one's would. I'm telling you right now, there's days I go back out to the stores to pack out and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. that's just me. I'm not doing it. It's a couple different things. If I don't have anything else going on pressing and I can make it, I go do it, or I'll have someone do it for me. I don't mind. But what that does is a couple things. If I go out later in the evening, like a 3:30, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and if the store's open till 11, that's definitely a good thing. But if I get out there the next day and it's still up, it's just less I have to pack out. I mean, it works both ways. I'm not going to keep going into that with people. It works both ways. That's like having the product and not packing it out front to back if necessary, if it makes sense. I'm not going to say all the time it makes sense, depending on what your dates look like. And when I teach people how to, deliver bread, and when I bring them out for the first couple weeks, I explain that part to them about letting some of the product go down, and people are going to pick through it and pick all the way through it sometimes. So you just have to know what product to do that with. So J. Moore Flowers in Colorado requires a business plan. Yeah, that's here. That's everywhere before you buy a route, which I think is kind of silly. If I have the money and the credit, that should be all that I need. We still have to be incorporated. Yeah, Flowers still doing incorporation. But even here, you have to write out your business plan as well. And it's not that it doesn't have to be detailed and 4 or 5 pages. You have to just give a breakdown so they see you understand the business and have grasped the concept of doing business in the bread business, if that makes sense. I know I sound redundant, but that's all. They want to know that you understand. You have a plan, basically. What is your plan? Because you can't have an overall big business plan because you don't have the business yet, so they just want to know that you're able to do it. So yeah. And I think it's good. It just a smaller hurdle to get over when it's just the LLC process. And I just want to say this as well. When you do paperwork, when you create in your LLC and when you fill out stuff, always make sure to remember to put that you're a member of the LLC. And again, I'm no financial advisor, and I'm no super duper, business major, but I do know this about the LLC. And when you're representing yourself in that paperwork, just be a member. Be a member of the LLC. I'll leave you with that. Anything else? We have to talk personally and more extensively, but remember, you're a member of the LLC. When you're on that paperwork, you're a member. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that. This week, shout out to all the graduates, middle school, high school, grammar school going into middle, and high school going into college. And even if you're a toddler and you got promoted from preschool and you're going to kindergarten, congratulations to everyone on all levels. Again, I said this a little while ago. Those are our future caregivers. Those are the future business people. That's the future. Let's work on making the future better for them. In turn, the future will be better for us. So with that being said, Thursday Night 71 is coming to an end. I will see everyone again next week, God willing. Email is Real Bread Life. The email to ask a question, if you need consultation, or if you just want to share something, or if you would like to be interviewed, email me at jug@realbreadlife.com. That's JUGG @realbreadlife.com. I or someone else will get back to you, and we will set something up. Any and all Real Bread Life apparel can be found here at realbreadlife.printify.me. That's realbreadlife.printify.me. Anything purchased will be used, the proceeds will be used to continue to support this channel and all things Real Bread Life, whether it be programming, supporting anything we do to help the kids or to get this information to people in any way. Got one more. Hold on real quick. One more. Jay Moore. It seems like Walmart has a new set of rules for vendors almost every quarter. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, the same ones still apply: in by 4 or 5, off the floor by 8, service the store 1,000 times a day, you know. So we're used to it. We're gonna get them. We're gonna give them what they want. You know. I was having a conversation today when I was kicking it with my partner. We was talking, and I'm not one of those that cry and whine. It's money involved. We're gonna get it. Either we're gonna get it or we're not gonna get it. Let's get it. That's the bottom line. We out here to sell bread. That's what we do. We sell bread. Sell it. You know what I mean? My slogan is stay blessed and keep stacking. We stack bread. If you stack your bread, you can stack your bread. Sounds redundant. The double entendre is the truth. You know what I mean? Stay blessed, keep stacking. With that being said, I'm going to leave on that note. Appreciate everybody taking the time out their night. We'll see you again next week. Tomorrow, look for the premiere of my boy Joel. His full episode will be up. I know the last 6 or 7 shorts have been him. Very interesting interview. I appreciate you, Joel. Out of PA, took the time out. We had a very, very good talk. This young man was working at a car dealership for 15 years, started when he was 18. He took a chance on himself and left there. Now he owns a bread route. And you listen to his story, he'll tell you one of the best things he ever did. So share this information. When you share this information, things change for you and the people around you. So that's all I got for now. Stay blessed. Keep stacking.